My name is Shannon. I am a realtor with eXp Realty, and I am updating my KVCore site. Now, if you're not familiar, eXp, as a part of the membership, it includes KVCore platform, which you might know as Conversion. I think it's really great. I have used a lot of different CRMs, mostly just because I have a thing with trying to create systems and being more efficient. And KVCore offers us a lot that some other CRMs may not. And today I am on a search to include more blog content on my page so that I can share it from my page to my Facebook, because I want people to come to my website so that they can try to search my page and look for the things that they want. It will help me with increasing the amount of people that I come across, as well as encouraging individuals to recognize my site as a resource for what they want. Now, as an agent, I specialize in first-time home buyer as well as downsizers. I'm moving into the downsizing market and investors. Okay, so my focus here is to select articles and blog posts that will speak to those particular niches or niches or those people. Okay, so today I am actually looking for, I already did one earlier and I had recorded this, but I realized that my screen wasn't sharing, so it kind of sucked. So if for some reason, when I get into the editing on iMovie, and if I get there and it says, hey, your screen's not sharing, then this just was not intended for me to share today. Okay? But I'm doing my best. Look, I'm doing the best I can with what I got. Okay. So we are here inside National Association of Realtors. If you are a member of NAR, then this is automatically included as a free resource. When you log in, you will, if you're home, you can just type in the search bar, realtor content resource in the search bar, and it will bring you here. And then it will ask you to log into Home Logic. Now, so we're clear, Home Logic, or House Logic rather, it does provide us with content that we can share with our leads. The goal here is to create blog posts on my website so that when I share them to Facebook, it will bring them back to my webpage. I don't just want to share it directly from content resource, because if I do that, then it will not link my page. We want them to come back to our website. Okay. I know a lot of people use lead pages and or landing pages and things like that, but for this is what I want to do. Doesn't mean that I can't write blog posts. It just means that right now I don't have time. Okay. I just don't have time to do it. All right. So again, we are going to work smart, not hard. Now, another thing too that I think is important to note before we get into this is I'm not trying to put out like a whole lot of monies to do this, because I want to be able to use what is available to me. We already pay for a membership for realtor.com every year, and we already pay for these different things if you are underneath a brokerage where you have to pay a fee. So this is included. So I'm going to utilize what's available to me. All right. So you can do this whether you're a new agent, old agent, whatever. Okay. If you have a VA, you can have your VA watch the video and they can do it for you. I don't have one. It's just me. So this is pretty easy for me. And I will also show you two ways that you can go about it, and you can plan out your blog post for the month. So if you just want to take like, I don't know, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, realistically an hour, right, to just kind of put in your blog posts, then you can do that. You can schedule them here, and then you can schedule them again on Facebook, and then you're done. If you want to take 4 hours and you want to schedule out all the blog posts for the next year, you can do that too. It makes it super simple. Okay. So anyway, we're here at Realtor Content Resource. Okay. And when you get in here, it says get contact for your consumer communications in 3 easy steps. Now, this does offer sharing through Facebook, print, websites, and different things, and we'll talk about it. I don't have any intent to print, but it does have particular usage if you do. If you think you're going to print, then you need to read the terms of use. Basically, you have to include certain things. So I suggest that you go back and read over it, but I'm not focusing on that because I am here for the blog post. So we're going to click get started. Okay. You get started, and then it will take you to this page here. When you get here, it's going to say, hey, choose up to 5 articles to share with your clients. We don't want to choose up to 5. We don't. We only want to choose 1, because it's going to give us the linking or the HTML for all 5. And we don't want that. We want to be able to associate 1 article to 1 title, so that if we share it, it's associated with 1 thing instead of a full list. Okay. And I'll show you why this makes a difference. So I believe earlier I was on the hunt for a blog post that we could utilize for first time home buyer. So let's look for, you can either choose like a theme. Now, again, you want to talk to home buyers and sellers, predominantly sellers, though, realistically, because if you have a listing, then it's no secret that more buyers are going to come to you because they can see your promotions on the home than if you're a home buyer focused or buyer's agent. Because with a buyer's agent, you have to show one buyer many homes. When you're a seller's agent, or if you spread out your focus, then it's easier to list a house and get a lot more buyers than it is to get one house for a buyer. And you know that particularly in this market, even though we're going through a shift. So we can do this, help home buyers stay on budget. And we're just going to click that one because it's here. And I think that that's something that a lot of home buyers have an issue with. How much is this going to cost? This was a big one. People were buying homes, and then as soon as they bought them, they were like, I'm over it. I bought the house and now I'm over it. So, or even this, how I turn what I could afford into my dream house, because right now the market, it's hard. The rents are high and it's hard. So you want to make sure that you pick something that makes sense. I like how to prevent buyer's remorse. Again, you can choose what you want. If you click the ad, as you see, it will open up another window here. Sorry if you guys hear the fire alarms. We had a major fire on the next street over from where I live. Thankfully, no one's homes were burned down. And from what I understand, no one was in the building that was impacted, which it was really bad, like since a little bit before 7, and it's like 10:42 where I'm at on the East Coast. So that's a pretty major thing, but they just drove by. Anyway, so with this one is how to prevent home buyers remorse. So again, you want to kind of skim over the article to make sure that it's share worthy. You don't just want to get in here and just start sharing stuff with people that really isn't going to give them what they need. Read over it, skim over it, again and again. It focuses on the success of home buying in a competitive market, which is right where we are. Okay. And it explains why people get buyer's remorse, how to navigate in that, as well as different things. And just as a sidebar, if you're not, a lot of agents are TikToking and Instagramming and Facebooking and living and everything else. If you're not all that great with coming up with content, take an article like this, right? And then you can either take 1 point per day, who has buyer remorse and why, right? Read it, synopsis it, give your opinion on it. That's content. That's a lie. On another day, hey, how to navigate house hunting in a competitive market. That's another day. You could do, let's share some stories of some experiences. So you can always do multi-purposing of content. You don't have to think hard. Just work smart. Use what's before you. Break down each thing, and then you can share that. And then you can take that information and also make little posts. Again, this is about blog posts, but I just wanted to share that with you. So I'm going to select this. When I do that, it's going to pop up next step. I'm going to click next step. All right. When we get here, it's going to say choose from 4 easy ways to share articles with consumers. As I said, you can share directly to social media. But if I do that, it's not going to show my House Logic's website. I don't want that. I want it to show my stuff, personal handouts. If you're going to print, there are certain things you have to include. Make sure you read that. You can add to newsletters, which is nice if you are not really all that great with newsletters, or you can add to blogs or websites. In this instance, we're doing blogs and websites. So we're going to select that option. Select it. Next step. So now it's going to give us this code. Okay. We're going to copy this code. It's very straightforward. Last step, copy the article code into your blog or website. So we're going to click copy code. Now, that's all we really need to do right now with House Logic. Now I want you to go to your KVCore. Of course, when you log in, initially it's going to take you to your desk or your dashboard. I want you to go to Web and IDX. Specifically, I want you to go to Web Settings first. All right, this is something that I didn't include. Actually, not Web Settings. It's Web Site Content. Yeah, website content. You're going over here to the widgets. We're going to the widgets. Widgets. And you want to make sure that you have either the widget that includes the blog post, or you want to add the widget that has a blog post. Now, I think by default, it naturally has standard widget bundle depending on which format of your site you have. So if I click add, it's going to say to me, a widget with the same name already exists on your widget history. Are you sure you want to add it? Nope, because it's already there. So if I go to preview and I go to my page, it's going to allow me to see what's there. KVCore is very forgiving, okay? And changes are pretty immediate. So if I come in here, if I scroll to the very bottom, because this one standard widget bundle is already selected, it automatically includes the latest blog post. If you don't have any blog posts, it's not going to show any. If you do, it will show this. All right. So you want to make sure that you have, standard widget, or if you don't have the standard widget, which you should, then that you definitely have the blog post default widget. All right. So after you do that, you will go to blog. We are here under blog. Now I have different topics here, but don't worry about that. These are topics that I wanted to do on my own, that I wanted to do some videos on. I just don't have time right now until I do. So we're going to do this. So we're going to click there under blog, add post. Yay. So once we're in here, add blog post is going to come up. You're going to see where it says title, content. Under content, you're going to push less than, greater than, or what we know as source code. If you hover over it, it says what? Source code. We're going to click it. It's going to open up the source code. We're going to paste what we copied. It's going to be all of this. Now, don't worry, fret not. When we save it, it's not going to look like that. It's going to look like this, which is what we wanted, okay? So now, what is the title? How to prevent home buyers remorse, right? And it's going to give you the option to publish it, or you can post it now, right? So if you want to schedule the publishing date, you remember I said if you want to schedule this out for the whole month, you can. If you want to schedule this out for the whole year, this is what I mean. If you want to do it yourself, you can just take like a couple hours, at the end of the year as you're doing your planning. Or if you have a VA, you can just have them do it. Whichever option works best for you. All right. So we have this here. We're going to click now. Oh, before I go any further, you don't need to do anything in here. What's here is what's here. Don't touch anything. Just all right. Publish now. Yay. It's published. Shannon, how do you know? We're going to type in the word remorse, because you might have different topics. You're going to type in the word remorse, and then it's going to show you how to prevent home buyer's remorse. If you click the little box with the arrow, it's going to open up your page. It's going to take them to your website. Why does this matter, Shannon? It matters because what we now have is something on our webpage and our blog section that says what? If I go to Shannon Payton's EXP page under blog, it's going to give me how to prevent home buyer's remorse. This is ideal because my focus this year is to make sure that everyone can come back to my website and use it as a resource. When I do my newsletter every month, I want to be able to tag things that are on my website, because the goal is to get people to interact with my website. I want people to get very familiar with using me as their go-to person for real estate. This is what my coach drills all the time. Make sure that you're the go-to. You're going to either hold position 1 or 2. And we know that from reading. I can't find it right now. It's probably in my room. And here recently too, I've been doing like audible books or books on my tablet. So they say that 9 times out of 10, buyers end up using the first agent that they meet. They don't do a lot of interviewing. And the second most probable agent to be selected is by word of mouth. Okay, so it's important to have these things in place. So anywho, they come here. When we click here, although this is here, when they click here, it's going to click through to House Logic. It has done what I needed it to do. If I take this code here, right, not from House Logic, we don't want to share it from House Logic. If I go to shannonpayton.exprealty.com and I highlight and copy this particular post here, and if I come over to my Facebook, it's me and my husband, our anniversary is next week. And if I say I want to create a post In Facebook, I will come here and say, hey, are you afraid that if you purchase now you will regret it? Check out this article I have to help you avoid buyer's remorse. This article. Now, some people like to read. Some people still like to read. So I don't want you to have the assumption that, oh my gosh, nobody's going to want to read this. You don't know that. So anyway, you'll come here and you will do what? Post. When you post, it will automatically share the imagery that's attached to this post. And 9 times out of 10, it's going to be this picture here because this is the picture that's here. It says, hey, are you afraid that if you purchase now you will regret it? Check out this article I have to help you avoid buyer's remorse. So again, you remember I said it's going to show this picture? Boop, boop. It does. And it did. And you see this here where it says you can make a successful offer on a home even in a competitive market. That's what it says here. You can make a successful offer on a home even in a competitive market. Okay, now usually these types of blog posts, I imagine that House Logic would have already done some SEO search and things like that. If not, if anybody from House Logic ever catches this, add some SEO. Okay, so this will allow it to come. So if I click this, it's going to take them where? It should take them to my webpage. Where does it take them? Boom, my webpage. So even though it's there, it's here. All right. Now, if I go back and I just click EXP, which we know will take us back to our home page, right? And if I scroll all the way down to the bottom, what's here? My blog posts that are from where? House Logic, because we have uploaded them and we have shown them in a way to say, hey, we are a resource to you. We want to be your go-to. We're providing content that matters. And even if they click any of the stuff from here, they can click any ad that they want from here, or not ad, but any blog post, it will bring them here. And if they click it, will bring them here. Of course, they're not going to see it in full form, but if they want to continue to read, it will do what? Again, link them to House Logic. So my goal here, again, I hope that you have seen and received some value here with this particular share. I would say that this is very beginner friendly. It doesn't matter if you're a new agent, if you're an old agent, if you are having issues with content, you're not quite sure what to post, just use what we have. It's already available to us. Okay, there's no need to go out and break the bank. We are not in competition to try to be, I used to think, particularly when I was newer, and maybe even until this time last year, I used to think, oh my gosh, I'm not being successful because all the other agents have high marketing dollars and blah, 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 blah. No, it's just being able to use what you have available for you. And as you do get more, you reinvest it into your business. So I don't know if I mentioned it on this video or the one before. I took a break from real estate. I lost my dad in 2020. I took a break. So I'm rebuilding. And that's fine. I'm okay with that because now I know more than I knew before. Right. So it's put me in a better position to be able to present Shannon Payton Realty or Shannon Payton Realtor to my ideal client in a different way. So if you ever have any questions, please feel free to post them below. If you are new to KVCore, there are some great people out there who teach a lot of content on KVCore. This is just something that I learned today. And, if you have access to these things through your brokerage, utilize them. You're paying for them, utilize them. There are some people who are very successful with using KVCore and these different platforms at a high level to be able to produce more things. If you have certain topics or things that you would like to see me post, let me know. Drop it below. Like, share, comment. Subscribe. Don't just watch it. Subscribe. All right. Thank you again, Shannon Payton with eXp Realty here. Have a great one.